Hey there, Scorpio community. Soul Tigers here with a story for this wonderful community. Now, I'm changing some things up. I'm not going through my little zodiac encyclopedia looking for keywords. This time I'm relying on intuition, just all pure intuition. So the vibe that I'm picking up for the Scorpio community has to do with karmic vibrations. What is getting put out, but also what is getting received. Also, I've been harboring on a lot of gut health. For some reason, that's just what I'm feeling, is there is either concern or there's something going on with gut health. And with that being said, there is a link between gut health and mentality health. All right, so I'm not sure what's going to happen, but those are two definite things that I am picking up. Also, Scorpio, for some reason, it's important that I put this out. There's moves that need to be made. And one deck that I did bring out is my Sambucus deck. This one usually represents kind of tight-lippedness, stagnancy, something that's just in the murk, that's something hard to move through. And this I'm using for the block. And that's the energy that I'm feeling happening with Scorpio, is that they're in this block and they're stuck. There's something stuck, but it's not just them energetically, I would say, or just mentally or just emotionally. It's also being enhanced by our vessel. If you know anything about me, I always say that this body is just a vessel. There is another being of light, of wisdom, of energy that harbors this vessel and moves on after we are done with the lesson here. So, but there's something with this vessel though that's happening. I did bring out another deck, and that is my Dragon Tarot. So I have 3 tarots this time, and what I'm hearing from the divine and ancestors in particular is that this is what we're going to use to clarify. So I'm definitely interested. 3 tarots, 2 oracles, so let's get started. And first up is the Shamanic Healing Oracle. So I think that this might be a little bit of a roller coaster ride with this story. All right, so let's see what wants to come out. Ancestors, angels. And it lands on that. All right. And what I have land here is masculine energy. And it lands on anger, honoring your energy, and this is what Scorpio doesn't see. Changes. And I'm not focused on the numbers on these cards. What I'm picking up is from the energies around is don't focus on little things right now. We need to look at this bigger picture. And we have the masculine energy, anger, honor your energy, changes. And that, it does fit in. It really does fit in. I've been watching a lot of Dolores Cannon. And one of the things that she does mention is when you hang on to anger and stuff, that can be energy held on in the digestive system. I think she was primarily saying the intestines. I know with, Easter believes emotions get stored in the hips. So it could be a lot of stuff that's going on from the abdominal into the hip area, maybe even into the hamstrings, just depending on what's going on. Scorpio, I will bring this out too, is also associated with sexual energy. Again, the hips area. So what is it in this area in particular, the digestive into the hips, that this Scorpio is feeling the tension in? It's something that needs to be explored. And masculine energy did come out in reverse, so there is an imbalance in that, I would say, as well. And a lot of anger around that. So let's ask for 2 more cards. I already want to dive deep into it. So much is coming in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Guides, angels, ancestors, divine and universal energy, for wanting to show that you are here for this community and that they are not alone. And what this community is not alone in is something that y'all do best. Transformation. This is going to be a transformation into the shadow side, cleansing out what once was, coming in and bringing in a new sacred energy, realizing that seasons happen. Wow. And what we have here is sexual energy. And what I'm hearing is the Scorpio in this story is harboring around a lot of things where they feel like they didn't bring in the fire. Now this is making sense because I've been feeling a lot of fiery energy around this sign as well. All right, so that is the 6 cards. I always ask for 6. A nice harmonious number. All right, so let's dive into the Dreams Within Dreams Tarot for the present. Let's get a deeper look at Scorpio's present. What's going on? This lands towards the sexual energy and a little bit of transformation. It's something that we don't see. The nightmare. Is it the nightmare that's left Scorpio flipped upside down? Or maybe a different view is need to be taken in on a specific situation. What it's done, what it's been doing, and now it's time to let it go. The nightmare doesn't have to be your reality. This could be some root chakra healing that needs to happen here. I'm seeing some red. And as I say that, I'm seeing some red. I have the devil come back. Or just come out now for this frequency. This devil landed in reverse on the changes. Devil energy is also represented by Capricorn. Capricorns can be very reserved when it comes to dealing with emotions. Emotions that leave them chained to something. All right. Let's go ahead and ask for a clarity card. I'm hearing that. All right. So what's the clarity card that would like to come out, ancestors, for this devil card? Look. It's shaped like a heart. I love finding stones. I actually find a lot of stones like that. And this clarity comes in as an Ace of Swords. An Ace of Swords on the anger and honoring your energy. But this Ace of Swords is not an upright. This Ace of Swords is getting ready to go into that side position. Then it will have to go into reverse. Then it's going to have to go into that other side position where it's like, I'm starting to see what was happening. And then, blam, clarity comes through. And this is a part of honoring your energy, figuring out how this anger with this masculine energy is holding this Scorpio back. Now, this masculine energy could be, we'll list the different variables. It could be a person, place, or thing. Person could be boss. Person could be family member. Person could be spouse. Person could be an acquaintance. Person could be friend. But another variable behind that masculine energy is I just don't want to focus on the gender perspective. Another perspective to the masculine energy is there's not exploration that's happening. There's no adventure. There's no progress, and there's no development. It's going to be all opposite of that stuff, opposite of exploration. And that's going to be somebody that's closed off. They're hermited within. They have a big shell going on around them, a very thick one. And for Scorpio, the thicker that shell gets, but the more you grow, the more you're cramped into a tight space. That tight space could increase your anxieties, increase your nervousness, increase your tension, increase things that are going to happen with the physical vessel, because there's an increase in stress. And when stress increases, it has to be taken out somewhere. And a lot of times, this vessel will express it. All right, let's keep moving forward. What else would like to come out for the present? Contracts. 3 of Coins. And this 3 of Coins is expressing 9 of Wands. This could go into the masculine energy where it's not the positive tendencies or the traits. Somebody's hermiting in on this lesson. Could be hermiting in on how they didn't show up, how they felt like it was all their fault. And remember, last time, I think I mentioned, or I came to the epiphany during the story, that Scorpios naturally want to be guardian angels to the people that they love. Maybe there's a sense that I'm not doing my duty for a particular situation. And what I have come out is a Knight of Cups inside position. What is the exploration that needs to happen? I'm noticing a lot of fish. So what I'm going to say is maybe going between the new view that you have on life now because of all the experiences that you have. Not only that new view, but that also feeds into the wisdom that you have. What is it that's different now, X amount of time that has passed? What's different now versus when everything was happening, the thick of it? What I'm hearing is time heals all wounds, but you have to be willing to look back, reflect, and learn. And so we have land on the Devil is a Page of Wands. And what I'm hearing is there was a very, and this is the word, immature, but at the same time they were passionate. Very immature, passionate energy that is tied to this devil, that is tied to this change. And what we have land on the Ace of Swords, the Nine of Wands, which has to do with the anger, honoring your energy, is the Three of Swords. Let's really look at it, Scorpio. And this is the ancestor right here. They're very upset. They want to look. They want you. Not they want to look at it. They want you to actually look at it. Look how many times this person has put that sharp object into your heart. How many times these situations are using your passionate ways against you. That is really hard, especially when you're somebody who cares so much. And what I get is a spinning wheel. It's a repeating cycle. What else would like to come out? Okay, hold on. They're saying clarity card again. For the Three of Swords. All right, what is the clarity card that's needed for this Three of Swords? What is the clarity card that's needed for the Three of... There it is. This is a Seven of Swords, and it really wants to go into reverse. The clarity card behind the Three of Swords into the Seven of Swords has to do with those thoughts. Surrounding yourself with these thoughts and not being able to get out. Not being able to come down and ground yourself. I think I've mentioned this. Scorpio, you are a fixed water sign. Being able to dwell in your emotions and feel the vibrations around you is a gift. It's a gift. No matter how many times you've been told before, you're too sensitive, you're too this, you're too that. That is your natural gift. Going up and getting lost in the air, getting lost in your thoughts, that's something that really will hinder you. There isn't that much clarity for you. That is an area where you're stuck, and being able to bring yourself back down to the ground with some great breathing techniques. Food also that I'm hearing to mention, that's really good for you. Again, with brain and gut health, this is the time I'm being told to share this, so excuse me for going off on this little detour. But brain and gut health correlate by the things that you put in you. You are the things that you eat. So switching up so much acidic food. Your acidic food is going to be your processed foods. Food that comes in bags. And that could even go down to apples that are pre-packaged. You got to think they're going to put chemicals on that. You want to get an apple that is whole. Organic, they always say, is better than inorganic, but let's face the reality of life and inflation. So with that being said, it's definitely changing up chips, sodas for water, greens, carrots, apples. All that is really going to feed that system. It's going to get you nutrients. It's going to help balance you. All right, time to move forward. All right, so I'm hearing two more cards. What else would like to come out for the present? So I have an Eight of Wands in reverse. And I have the Ten of Coins in upright. The Eight of Wands is what we don't see. And what I get with this Ten of Coins, the Scorpio is trying to remain positive. They're doing the utmost, practicing different traditions that they've developed in their routine. But on the other side of this coin, that's just right there, not even an inch away, it's like they're burning inside. It's as if their inner home is on fire and they can't seem to find the source to put it out. And they're stuck. They're very stuck. They can't. Because of this, there isn't a direction to go in. Be careful how much you focus on just doing what you've been practicing for so much time. We are always meant to level up in our self-growth practices. And one thing that I tell my clients is, especially my clients that are really, really flexible, it's having to work with that flexibility, because going into stretches for them is a little bit harder. So what they have to do is engage in a little bit different, maybe holding the stretch for a little bit longer and watching the form to get more fullness out of that stretch, opposed to a person who isn't as flexible. They're going to be able to do the basic stretch and still feel like the same results. We have to remember that when we're leveling up on certain things, our spirit, our growth, our leveling up will stay at that one level if we don't start to introduce new things to help start getting us up. It's always a practice to keep moving forward, to keep information coming in. That may be a part of that. There is no new adventure for this Scorpio, going in and learning new things that can help bring clarity. All right, so let's bring out the other tarot deck and see what it is that wants to come out for the block. And what I get is a big So I would just like to say to the Scorpio frequencies, brothers, sisters, they and them, this is a safe space. A safe space where you can express yourself to your fullest. All right. What would like to come out for the block, for this community? What is it? A part of this block is the Temperance. The Temperance is in reverse. Temperance card is Sagittarius. Sagittarius are known to be adventurous. This Temperance card lands on that Ace of Swords, the Three of Swords, the anger. What's saying is, again, there's no movement going in and trying to really heal this. It's kind of been the same old at this level. It's time to start looking at the next level, where you want to go, how do you want to do it. And then the changes, the Six of Coins lands on the Changes, Devil, and the Page of Wands in reverse. The Six of Coins is in reverse. And then we have the Four of Swords. What I'm hearing is Scorpio is harboring too much on how the situation wasn't fair to them, how it didn't harmonize with the outcome they really wanted with them, how it was a lot of conflict. And that conflict I'm feeling is in self, because that does land on the Four of Swords. That conflict has to do with that nightmare. That conflict that this other energy, the situation created, has kept this Scorpio not only from leveling up, but getting to their wish fulfillment. Also, getting into the transformation, which is something that is a part of Scorpio's frequency. We have the Eight of Wands in reverse. Again, there's a lot of stagnant. I feel like there's been a lot of crying. A lot of crying. I feel it in my eyes. Why? Why couldn't I just do it? What could I have done different? I don't understand. I tried my best. I tried to forgive them. I tried to be so understanding. This is what I'm picking up directly from the Scorpio in this story. What else would like to come out? What else would like to come out? I want to honor Scorpio in this story and saying thank you. Thank you for sharing this in this safe space. I have a Knight of Coins come out. That Knight of Coins is in side position, getting ready to go to reverse. It lands on the Four of Swords, the Page, Six of Coins, all leading to those changes under the transformation. But this is all linked up to that sexual energy. There's something with this vessel that this Scorpio's harboring. It's a certain outlook towards themselves. It's a really hard outlook. That outlook, because it's so hard on themselves, this is where I'm understanding that karmic vibration. They're vibrating that, and they're getting people who kind of feed into that in a sense. They kind of capitalize on that. Well, and this is an example. I'm going to be that other energy. I'm going to do what I want to do. Because I know at the end of the day, Scorpio's going to text me 5 times trying to figure out what's wrong and what they did. And guess what? I don't have to own anything that I'm doing because they're going to own it all. They're all going to take it in, and they're just going to say it's them. And I get off scot-free. That's mean. That is mean right there. And that person doesn't have to openly, that situation doesn't have to openly say it, but their behavior that keeps feeding into it, because whatever you're partnering up with, person, place, or thing, should be of something that helps lift you up, get you closer to loving yourself a little bit more, appreciating your presence here. I need a clarity card. I need a clarity card for this Knight of Coins. What is the clarity card that needs to come out? And it's 2 of them. What we have here is the 7 of Wands. What I'm feeling like is Scorpio has surrounded themselves with their own passionate energy and trying to figure out how to disperse it to others. But they're not feeding it to themselves. This one could go to Bill. This one could go to Jan. This one could go to Irene. This one could go to Jaden. This one could go to Kiki. This one could go to Ashley. This one could go to Amanda. But where's yours? Where is that passionate energy for yourself? That's what I pick up with that. And what that lands on that we don't see is the 4 of Swords in reverse. That passionate energy keeps getting put out by the thoughts. Picking up others' messes and trying to organize it, trying to fix it. What I'm hearing also, it could be holding on to too much of what others are doing. This is harsh, but I'm really being pushed. My right ear is like, you need to say this. Is Everybody has their contract. Everybody has their purpose. Everybody has their karma to work through. Scorpio, I love y'all. But it is not your job to save them. It is your job to save yourself. And if you get a partner who is on that same level, who is working on themselves just as much as you're working on yourselves, could you imagine the vibration you would get out of that relationship opposed to you always being the one to pick up the pieces? You being the one to always care? Could you imagine for a second to have someone like you caring for you, picking you up when you fall? Think about that. Because you're right there, right here. And you have the power to do everything that you do for someone else, a situation, for yourself. And you're allowed to do that. That is a part of your transformation. That is a part of your life journey, is to be open to all these transformations that you have in this lifetime. All right. So let's go ahead and move forward. We're going to take it back to the universe oracle. Back to love. Back to acceptance. Back to flow. Divine, universal, ancestors, angels, spirit guides. What is it that needs to come out for the Scorpio community? What is it that this Scorpio in this story needs to hear? This lands on your transformation and sexual energy. I find a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. We always feel vulnerable when it's time to step into change. But how did you get anywhere that you're at now if you haven't done it before? Next card. My vibrations speak louder than my words. Look at all those butterflies. This is a part of getting your wings. I'm just going to tell you, if you're a bad mama jamma, if you're a mama jamma who cares so much, who's so giving, own it. Own it in yourself. You don't have to give it away, but you can own it. Next card. My happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. What is it that we need to believe in again? Is it that happily ever afters can exist? But it doesn't have to exist in the way we've been shown through movies, books. It literally can exist within self, waking up grateful every day that you're on this side of the dirt. When I think I've surrendered, I surrender more. It's okay to let go of the pain, the suffering. It's okay to give it away. It's okay to replace it with loving yourself, loving the day, even loving the food that you eat. Because again, remembering, we're going to gear towards things that are actually going to feed us. All right. 2 more cards. 2 more cards. There they are. My capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I'm lost. When you're lost and you're getting ready to say, darn Scorpio, stupid Scorpio, gosh, why can't you get it together, Scorpio? Scorpio in this story needs to exchange that with love. Thanks for trying, Scorpio. Even though it didn't work out, I still did a good job. I didn't want to show up today, but I showed up. Great job. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for doing it day in and day out, even though it's been really hard. You're really strong, Scorpio. See how for every negative thought there can be truly a positive, compassionate, loving thought that you can give yourself. And that's not stupid. That's self-love right there. All right, last card. The moment I embrace my peace within and surrender the outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work. The more you surrender it to the flow of life, the more you're not chained to it. It's okay to unchain yourself. It's okay that you can still be that guardian angel. But if there's something that you're looking to be reciprocated, I wouldn't look for that reciprocation. I would look into whatever that you want reciprocated to actually put onto yourself. Fulfill yourself. If there's a sense of wanting to give love, I can really relate to this. I'm going to go off on a tangent. All right. I am a person who has been single a lot. I've been single a lot because I've realized my level of compassion and love. It's not down here. It's like up there. And with that being said, I realized with my last ex that they did not want to receive the level of love and compassion I had to give. And that really, really made me think. And a part of working on myself so that I can get to a partner that is open, not only open to receiving that level of love and compassion, but also being able to reciprocate it. Because again, what we put out is what we attract. So really think about it. I feel like Scorpio in this story is showing up a little late to their plot here. We'll say in our metaphoric garden. Showing up just a little bit late. It's not too late because the summer isn't fully upon us yet. We still have time. That's what I'm getting at. You still have time. You have time before that summer really kicks off to really get those seeds in the ground. Your fruit may come up a little bit later where everyone has already enjoyed theirs and they're off doing their thing, getting ready for the fall. You may be able to reap still the fruits of your labors. What is it that you want to see by the fall? What is it? Is it that you want to see yourself crying less? Is it that you want to see yourself harboring less on this situation and making progress to getting unstuck? Being able to bring in that exploration, development, progress in the direction that is your ultimate goal, your alignment, your purpose. Sit down and think about it. You have time, but you need to get to work. That's what's being expressed in this story from the ancestors, angels, spirit guides, your angels, and divine and universal energy. And just know, nobody's given up on you yet. And they will never give up on you. And they want you to know that. Even though sometimes you feel like you're giving up on yourself, they're still there. Again, this could correlate with other variables. In the beginning, I mentioned how this vessel needs certain nutrients. If not, it really can affect our mental, which can affect our emotional, which can affect our spiritual being. So what is it that this Scorpio needs to feed themselves, to help them honor their energy, to help them release the anger around this masculine energy, to help them have that transformation, to help them really step out into themselves, or step in to themselves and step out into the world comfortable with themselves. All right, Scorpio community, thank you so much for sharing your frequency and opening up about your block. I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day.